the heart is what it was originally studied for. You may not know this. They actually studied this as a blood pressure drug and for heart drug, and the nurses that were studying the patients said, hey, what's going on under those towels? And that's how it got its famous use. So it was left behind, the heart issue, but now we're coming back to it. And a huge study out of the Journal of Sexual Medicine has just shown, looking at 70,000 men, 24,000 of them who were taking some kind of erectile dysfunction drug, either Viagra or Cialis or Levitra, from 2006 to 2020, average age 52, they discovered that there was a 40% less chance of dying of heart disease, 25% chance of not dying at all in that group over that period of time. That is really, really incredible.
Interesting, isn't it? So let's take a look at this 14-year study with 70,000 men, 24,000 of which were taking an enhancement medication. And those individuals had a 40% better shot at avoiding heart disease. I wonder why. What's the number one killer in America today? Heart disease. Wow. So it would be really important if there was a study, a finding like that. I mean, that's a significant deal. But let's continue on with this thesis, shall we?
I think Viagra is playing a role here because Viagra releases nitric oxide, which dilates the blood vessels everywhere in the body, including the heart. It keeps the heart from clamping down. It keeps the heart relaxed.
Did he say nitric oxide? Did he say Viagra produces nitric oxide? And that's the reason why that this study over 14 years shows that the folks taking the Viagra have a 40% better shot at avoiding heart disease because of nitric oxide. Hold on a second, shall we? Because I want to share something with you. I want to share this book here. Let's see if I can get the right lighting. Okay? You see the title of this book? This is No More Heart Disease, written by Dr. Lou Ignarro. Who is Lou Ignarro? Interestingly, folks, Lou Ignarro won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1998. That would be 25 years ago. Okay? This report that you just saw was yesterday, last night, 25 years ago. Dr. Ignarro wrote this book on how nitric oxide can prevent and reverse heart disease. What a Nobel Prize. Now, I'm going to read something from the book to you. Okay, I read this book 3 years ago. Changed my life. Changed my life. Ready? Here we go. Now, by 1990, our experiments indicated that NO is also the chemical messenger responsible for penile erections. This is 1990. By the way, the guy studied 20 years in a lab, 13 hours a day. That's what garnered him the Nobel Prize. So the guy began studying this stuff in 1978. Okay, I continue. Nerves in the erectile tissues release nitric oxide, dilating the blood vessels and initiating erections. The discovery soon led to the development and marketing by Pfizer of the drug Viagra, of which in 2003 had annual global sales of $1.8 billion. The success of this drug led some of my friends to call me the father of Viagra. I have also been referred to as Dr. No. Nitric oxide. So here's our problem in this America that we have today. It's no different than every other issue that we've seen with this medical industry that we're in. We're in an industry of let's just talk about drugs, right? Let's just talk about the drug. Let's not discuss. So here is the guy that won the Nobel Prize. I would think he's the guy to speak to. His findings lead to what Viagra became. And yet here on a very popular television program, Viagra is getting the credit for heart disease being reduced. When, I don't know, the guy wrote in his book the formula on how to naturally produce nitric oxide in your body. And oh, by the way, folks, there's a product on the market today. See this little packet here? See this little packet, folks? See this little packet? Men, especially men, $1.03 a serving. This can be. That's clinically proven to rapidly, that means fast, produce nitric oxide in the body. Clinically proven to rapidly increase nitric oxide in the body. A supplement, a natural supplement with all natural ingredients produced in a laboratory, tested 262 times for purity. Physician formulated, listed in the PDR. Shall I go on? And yet here you have a news station giving the credit to Pfizer. And oh, by the way, listen to his last little message.
And by the way, Siegel's prescription, it's not yet ready for prime time so that people out there should take it.
Why does he say that? He tells, oh, it's great, but hey, man, don't go all because there's side effects to every drug. And the medical industry, they, oh, God forbid, we tell you to do a drug and you get a, right? So think about it. If you could do the natural thing to produce what's going on with Viagra, I mean, if you're taking it for that reason, I mean, wouldn't you want to take a natural approach? I mean, by the way, you could ask Z, you could interview her on how this does in that department, if that's what you're taking it for. I digress. A study, and the doctor immediately comes on and gives the credit to the drug and not what the drug produces. What the drug produces is NO. It produces it. So if you found a natural way to produce NO, wouldn't that be the better option? And if it was only a couple of bucks a day, if you took it twice a day, turns out to be, I don't know, $2.06 total for the day. Wouldn't that be the better way to go, men, than doing the Viagra pill itself? And by the way, women, yeah. This is the problem in our country today. Our medical establishment, our wellness establishment promotes a drug. Ignaro must be like, my gosh, I mean, imagine Ignaro, but two other scientists also involved in the Nobel Prize. Imagine what they're thinking, watching this going, wait a minute, what? I spent 20 years in a lab, 13 hours a day. I come up with the discovery of how nitric oxide can help reverse heart disease, strokes, and and Viagra comes along, takes basically my findings, makes billions of dollars, and now gets the credit for it. Wake up, folks. You got to do your own. You got to be your own doctor. I'm not saying don't trust your doctor. We actually encourage our people to go to their doctor because our product's listed in the physician's desk reference. Pro-arginine is listed in there. So when we say to our patients, clients, customers, hey, go ask your doctor about pro-arginine. It's proven inside the PDR. It's been in there since 2014. It's listed as the highest quality L-arginine supplement in the world. But yet, most doctors are not going to talk about it. They're going to go right to the pill. And guess what? If they're doing that for Viagra, they're doing that for erectile dysfunction, and they're doing it for, aren't they doing it for everything? He just told you in the beginning of this video that Viagra started out as a blood pressure med. Well, hello, nitric oxide reduces blood pressure naturally. Says so in the book. Nobel Prize winner. He said it. And yet Viagra is taking a bow. America, America, God shed his grace on big pharma.